Is your brand having trouble growing? Are you focused on the right things? Well, I'm going to explain something to you, and I think it's going to make a lot of sense, and it's going to help you get back on track. So I want to talk to you about something called 20-40-40. 20-40-40 is a ratio that you can describe your clothing brand. You can break it down into three parts. I would say business, marketing, and art. So how do you divide this pie chart? How do you think? If you ask me, I would think art is so important. Business, maybe a little bit, and marketing's probably important too. So maybe 40 and 40 art and marketing, 20% business. That's what I thought for several years, but in reality, it's completely wrong. If you get this pie chart, there's three categories: business, art, and marketing. Business is so important. So if you don't understand business, you can't even continue to operate. You got to pay for your website. You got to do taxes, business license, things like that. I'm not going to get into all that because there's just so much information there. Leave it to the experts, right? But the other thing that's important, marketing. Do you understand how much marketing you have to do as a clothing brand owner? You're trying to figure out all these things in 2022. How do I do TikTok? What about Instagram Reels? Do pictures even work anymore? Do I need to do photo shoots? You're thinking about all these things. Is it the fabric? Is it the clothing? How do I market to people? What age group? What demographic? There's all these things. It just completely consumes your brain. So to most people, the most surprising category is art. Art is the least, and it weighs in at only 20%. I think for most creatives, they put all their eggs into art. They think that all of this is based on the design and the aesthetic of your brand. But I'm going to explain to you why it's at 20%. Let's just take, for example, a successful brand. Let's take Nike. So when you think of Nike, I want you to think about the business part of it. I would say they're a well-oiled machine. Everything they do is done right. And if you want to talk about the marketing, their marketing is genius. Think about what they do. They have crowds of people that all want their new releases. There's people that are fans for life. There's people that wear Nike from head to toe. Think about their art. When you look at it, all it is this little check mark, and that little check mark means so much. Artistically, is it really that pioneering? Is it that amazing? So now they're looking at a 90 score, 90 out of 100. They're a company. So let's just take a business for example, an imaginary business. Let's say that they're really good at art. They do amazing work. But you know what? That's what they're known for, and that's all they do. Let's give them a 20. But now, let's look at business. This person is really good at art. They don't really understand the business fundamentals. They're not a business person. They just love making art. So you know what? They really lack. So let's just give them, out of 40, let's give them a 10. Let's give them a 20. Let's give them a 20 for just trying, So 20 out of 40. So as far as their marketing, they make really cool designs. They do a really good job, but they don't really know how to place ads. They don't really understand TikTok. The algorithm's not for them. They just don't enjoy it. They don't have fun pursuing all that stuff. So again, let's give them a half effort. Let's give them a 20. So now their total score is 60. 60 out of 100. But they do amazing art. Everything they do looks amazing, but it's just all the pieces aren't there. This is a perfect explanation of what you see out in the market, right? You'll see these brands and you'll think, man, it's so basic. It's so horrible. The artwork sucks. But you know what? Somehow they have it all together. They have hundreds and thousands of followers. They do really well. Everything sells out. How do you explain that? They do really great marketing. They do really good at business. They have all their stuff together. And you know what? The artwork isn't as important as you think. Let's say they're phenomenal in business. They're phenomenal in marketing. Let's give them a total of 80 points. 80 out of 100. They could do anything with their art. It could be junk. They can get 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, and they're still in the 80s. So take this information with a grain of salt. The ratios may be different for you, but I ask you, evaluate yourself, grade yourself, and take a look at other companies. Think about some ones that you really care about, ones that you really look up to. See how well you stack up against them. And I guarantee, if you compare what they do and what you do, there's going to be some parts where you could do better. And when you do, I think you have nowhere else to go up. So keep doing what you're doing, keep grinding, and I know that it'll all work out. So hopefully this information helps you guys. Until next time.